Hello everyone, welcome to this video. My name is Phil and you are... insert name here. Yes, welcome to the video. I'm doing 7 PlayStation hidden gems, PS1 hidden gems. I was inspired by a different channel, Access Area 6, who did his hidden gems, and I thought, I do like the PS1. I think it possibly is my favourite console. Closely followed by the PS2, closely followed by the Xbox 360, but they are wonderful, wonderful consoles. But yes, I thought I'd do something to cheer me up because I've had a hell of a day today, guys. I managed to mix my sleeping tablets up with my Viagra. I ended up having 40 wanks. There you go. You can keep that one. But yes, let's start the video, and I'm going to start by showing you the 7 games. They're not in any order. But there's 7 hidden gems, and I think they're really good games, but maybe not quite as important as some of the more mainstream games. See how we get on. Are you ready? Okay. First of all, is this one, is Life Force Tanker. This was a game that I played on a demo when I very first got my PlayStation back in the early 1997. Yeah, I'm almost certain it was. I've got it. Anyway, shut your face. But this was on one of the first demos, and I must confess, it was very good. Bit dark, but very good. It had a bit of a what's that game called? Is it not Syndicate? System Shock. Had a bit of a System Shock vibe to it, but a very good game altogether. And this one was the only way I could get a cheaper version of this was by buying an X rental game. So this is actually an X rental. So yeah, there you go. But yeah, Life Force Tanker, a very good game. It's quite expensive, about maybe £20–30 now for this one, but definitely worth a look. And I enjoy it as well. It's a good first-person shooter. We're off to a flying start, aren't we? Lovely. How are you all, by the way? You all okay? Hopefully. Good. I've only got a tiny bit of hate this week. By the way, if you have sent me any kind of hate comment and you are watching this video, fuck you. Honestly, fuck you. You're the worst person ever. No, I'm joking. I couldn't care less. Honestly, it doesn't bother me in the slightest. I just think it's very funny. I actually quite look forward to the hate comments as well, because I'm just like, yay, I get to abuse people. Not in that way, not in a kind of not in a Jimmy Savile way. I told you we'd bring him in somewhere along the line. Next up is Overboard, and I'm not going overboard. This is a game where you negotiate your little ship through levels. You have to fight other ships. I'll put some footage, as always, guys. I've got you covered, don't panic. Sorry, I'm still a little bit ill. I'm trying not to sniff so much. But yeah, it's a really good game, and it came out quite close to the beginning of the console's life, but I think it's still quite pretty. It's got some nice water effects, and the animation's cute. I think it's a nice game. Definitely worth getting. Not very expensive, about £12 to £15. But PlayStation 1 games are expensive, and this literally is my favourite console. I love the PS1. Only tiny bit jealous when I see people with a bigger collection than me, because I do love my collection of these. I'm very keen. I get this console on quite a lot. But yeah, definitely a really good game. Bit of a hidden gem, but yeah, a good one. Next up, I've got Mickey's Wild Adventure, and this came out on the Mega Drive as well, and was called Mickey Mania, I think. But this is Mickey's Wild Adventure. You play through each one of the old cartoons. Is it still on? Yes, I'm not going to shout into it anymore. I'm going to try and calm myself down a little bit more and talk to you with my warm brown voice. Yes. But yeah, this is a fantastic game. You play through Steamboat Willie. Willie. What was he then? Sorcerer's Apprentice, the Mad Doctor. You do different levels. There's one with the Ghost Hunters as well, with Goofy and Donald. It's a great game. It's so much fun, and I really like it. It's a very good platformer. It's an exceptionally good platformer. Definitely worth a try. Lovely stuff. I'm loving it. Next up, we've got this one. Nightmare Creatures. Now this is one hell of a difficult game to get your hands on. It's a third-person hack and slash game set in Victorian London, where you play as either I can't remember what he is now. Is he like a monk or something, or like this slayer, this like sexy female slayer, and you have to negotiate yourself through the town, the foggy old London town, innit, eh? Where you have to spend your fighting abilities and kill beasts and creatures of the night, yes, using your weapons. And there's some really good things. You can sort of chop off limbs and heads and all sorts of things, and it's a really good game. I like Nightmare Creatures. I've never played number 2, and I'm not being funny. The price of the bloody thing, I don't think I ever will. It's like stupid money. It's very expensive, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, it's a great game, and Nightmare Creatures was good, and it's very it's got a good ambience to it. The music is very, I don't know, it's got this level of dread. It's a very good game. Lovely, wonderful. Next up is possibly the best port of Doom you can get this side of the Xbox 360 Doomathon. Which is the BFG version of Doom, which comes with the first and second, and it's mostly to do with the track, the actual music track, but I think the gameplay is more than adequate on here. Doom's always been a PC game. It plays well on a PC and it works on a PC. So most adaptations, the Super Nintendo version, the Jaguar version, they just don't quite hit the mark, do they, guys? But this one is really good. It has this kind of really creepy ambient music that plays. There's like babies crying and just sounds of quite melancholic dread as you're kind of negotiating yourself around the dungeons. And you do genuinely feel that you may be in a very spooky horror, in a horror film, and you are the last one. I always like the story of Doom as well. And it's never really explained, but the original story is that you're kind of sent to Mars because there's a disturbance. I don't know why you're left behind. You're left to kind of watch the ship or something while all your men go off to fight whatever the hell it is on Mars, and then all you hear over the radio is crackling and death and explosions and guns, and then it all falls silent and you are the only one left. And that is so creepy, because when you start this game up with the music, it feels like you're alone. It's a really good game. I really enjoyed this one. Very good. Well done, Doom. You did a good job. I got 2 more. This is quite a short video. I've got a couple of videos planned for tomorrow. But yeah, this is a short one, if that's okay. Little dose of Phil. Oh, you lucky little mollusks, you. Hey, and you thought you were going to get no Phil. You got a little bit of Phil, but a very tired Phil who's got to the end of his week. Tuesday nights is tired Phil. Tuesday nights is Jameson's drinking tired Phil. Here I am again, deja vu. And a lovely big slurp on the camera there. So let's have a look at the next one. This one is, I think I've featured it before, Future Cop LAPD. Is probably one of my favourite games, and I was more than chuffed to get my version of this. This is insanely expensive. You're probably looking around £60 to £70 now for this game. I bought it at a princely sum, I think it was about 25 or 30 quid, which I thought was quite high, but this is really starting to get quite expensive. And two things that are really good about this game. One is the gameplay. It's a brilliant game. You play as a future cop in LAPD. What a shock. Now you're this mech warrior that can turn into like a vehicle, and you have to change your shape to accommodate the environment. You have to clear out the criminal threat, and you can use different weapons and all kinds of stuff. But it's a really good game. It's so addictive, and the 2-player is really good because you can either play against a friend in split screen, we love that, or couch play as we call it, or similarly you can play against the computer, and he's called Sky Captain, I think, or something. Let me have a look, hang on. Sky Captain, yeah, Sky Captain is this really smart talking arsehole who spends, excuse me, Windy Pops, who spends half of the time moaning at you and telling you he's going to beat the crap out of you, and then he loses. There's a little bit of Windy Pops again. It's like hiccupy Windy Pops. It's a special kind of Windy Pops. But yeah, this is a really good game, and it's very addictive as well, and I'm very glad to have this. It sits on my collection. I'm so tired. Can you tell? I'm ready for bed. I'm going to edit this, get it out for you saucy little minxes, and then I'm going to bed. Okay, and the last game in my group here is another really rare one. It's War of the Worlds. This is a game that was released, and it is based around Jeff Wayne's musical War of the Worlds, which was an amazing radio musical adaptation of the famous H.G. Wells book, which is brilliant, by the way. If you've never read the book, please read it. It is a fantastic sci-fi book and is one of my favorites, other than H.G. Wells' Time Machine, which was also an amazing book. H.G. Wells, ahead of his time. Way ahead of his time. What a fantastic guy. Futuristic. Imagine writing science fiction in the turn of the 1900s. I mean, that's just insane, isn't it? But yeah, this game, you take control of vehicles. They are Victorian war machines, and you have to do battle against the tripods that you see before you on the front screen, on here on the front cover. I'll put some footage as normal, but yeah, it's a fantastic game and plays absolutely wonderful. One of my favorites. I love it. But yeah, you can play as different vehicles. You can play as the Thunder Child, which if you've listened to the music, you'll know that that is the big warship that manages to defeat one of the tripods, which is one of the few things that does. But yeah, a brilliant game and a fantastic little... It's not the best looking thing, but the music's great and it's nice. It's nice to play. It's good. There you go. And those are 7 of the, what I call hidden gems. They're special games that I think if you ever get a chance to pick up, definitely pick them up. They're definitely worth a punt. And I did say punt. Now, I've just a few announcements before I finish this video off for the night, and then I go and edit it, and then I go to sleep because I'm tired. Yeah, so I am in the middle of writing a screenplay. It's really strange, but it's something I've been working on for a long time, and very soon I shall be releasing a trailer. It's game related, don't panic. But yeah, I'm going to be doing that. Number 2 is I managed to upset some of my subscribers by suggesting I'm not going to put any Warhammer videos on anymore. That won't be the case. What I'm going to do is, if I do a Warhammer video, I'll always do a gaming video next to it. So you'll always have a little nugget of loveliness for both parties. Because I do genuinely care and I want you guys to have something to watch. And I also enjoy talking about both equally. I can't choose. I've got my wife and my mistress, not literally, just in game and Warhammer. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing that. And also, I did a rooms review yesterday, and I think it was well received. Guys, if you have any reservations or anything that I said and you thought it was a bit cheeky, or you shouldn't have done that, please let me know. I enjoyed doing it, and it was purely just a me kind of celebrating people's collections. I think it's wonderful, and I love looking at people's rooms. It's an individual thing. It's, you know, guys, don't be, you know, if you want me to feature yours on the next video, let me know. Send me a link in the comments of your video, and I shall save it, and I shall do another one of those, because I enjoyed doing it and I like looking at rooms and things. But look, your room doesn't have to be huge. Mine's not the biggest thing in the world. You know, some of these are incredible. Mine's not huge. I've got little bits and bobs here. So please don't be embarrassed. I love, you know, looking at what you guys have collected, and be proud of what you've got. You know, it's a fantastic little hobby to get into, and a lovely community as well. I really enjoy being here and talking to you guys. I find you are a wonderful bunch of people. Guys, thank you very much for listening to me. I'm sorry I'm a little bit flat tonight. I'll be much more I'll be much more Phil tomorrow, unless this is the kind of Phil you like, and then happy days. Maybe you don't like the noisy, loud, annoying Phil. He does grind on the gears of some people. Look, guys, if you have left a negative comment, I was only joking earlier. It doesn't really bother me. Look, you know, I'm not for you. I'm not your cup of tea. That's absolutely fine. Like I say, it doesn't bother me at all. I have people on here that enjoy the content, and as long as that's the case, I'll be around. And the minute that isn't the case, then I shall probably still be around, and you just won't watch me anymore. But yes, guys, thank you very much for joining me on this video. It's been a bit of a short one. I shall see you tomorrow night, and we shall have some lovely fun. But yeah, if there is anything you wish for me to do, any kind of video, I have had somebody suggest an idea for a video which I will probably do, and I will also be crediting that person in my video at the beginning. But yes, guys, thank you very much, and I shall see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.